Good morning. This is the Daily Fire from March 29th. I am Mark Stewart. So, I was asked, would you, if elected, re-nominate Andrew McDonald to be the Chief Justice? This in the wake of statements by some Democrat candidates for governor that they would put Andrew McDonald up for the Chief Justice role following his defeat by the Senate yesterday. Well, I am a Democrat. I would not re-nominate him, and here's why. It is because I don't think an activist should be on the judicial bench. There are plenty other places to act and attempt to legislate. We have a separation of powers so that the legislative branch properly is making laws and the judicial branch is interpreting and helping enforce those laws. When a justice goes out of those roles, that justice is defeating the good plans of our state constitution. When it happens at the federal level, I have the same ire. No justice should be taking law into his own hands that the legislature has created to be followed. The death penalty is one very salient example, and that's enough, okay? Because this single decision shows a disdain for the general population of Connecticut that elected a General Assembly that has put a death penalty on the books. Don't let casuistry, some strange interpretation with a thin thread of possibility, take the well-reasoned and well-supported opinions of Connecticut assemblymen and the voters at large and just piss them away. That's why this is a judge and other judges who joined that decision. What would I like to see? I'd like to see Andrew McDonald quit. Or stay on the bench, but be ostracized. You have knowledge, but I'm not sure you have wisdom. And I would love to be seeing more 6-to-1 votes where you're the only one standing up for a progressive point of view that is against the law. Progressivism can be expressed within the law, fine. When you do it outside of the law, you are an outlier of a system, and I would like to see that shown in case after case after case. Look, a justice needs to interpret the law well. I'm not convinced that Andrew McDonald is any better than a UConn law student. Literally. By the way, you don't even have to be a lawyer to be nominated to the bench. There's some very wise people. I can find at least 7 of them in my minion who would be better at adjudicating Connecticut law than an activist judge. Why don't we look for those better judges? This is the real condemnation. Because Mr. McDonald is within the system. He's friends of our current governor. He's been a prior office holder in the judiciary. That should not be enough, okay? Cronyism and status should give way to ability and desire. Those would be my criteria for nominating at every single level. When we, especially we Democrats, rid ourselves of the cronyism that leads to these nominations and the protection when some people go bad, we will be a better Democrat Party. I'm Mark Stewart, hoping that that revival will happen in 2018.